Yet again, if you don't have position on the ground, your stuff's not going to work. You can't just punch him. You can't just eye gouge him. But if I'm in a jiu-jitsu guy's guard and I try to go for an eye gouge, armbar, I'm getting armbarred. It doesn't work. You have to have correct positioning. No.
I will say, look, if
doesn't
I'm
work.
here and he's in my guard and
Doesn't work.
if he doesn't know how to fight and his hand starts coming to my eye, if he wasn't
What did I
trained, the reality is there is a super.
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? I know my stuff. I know my stuff. What did I say? I've done it. I've tried it. I know what I'm talking about. What did I say?
Fast armbar.
The armbar. Yes. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the video. Today, you saw the intro. You saw the title. We got part 2 to my reaction of Elon's inside biting video of JKD. It's a very good video. Go check out Elon's channel. It's a great video. Hopefully you saw part 1. If you've not, go watch part 1. I know this video is going to be titled like, you know, Jeet Kune Do is better than MMA. You know, it's a little clickbaity, but I do think there's a lot of things that it does correctly for self-defense. So that's when we react in this video. He did a great job. I think Mr. Steve's name, Steve, very, very good. Awesome. So if you've not seen part 1, go watch part 1. You gotta find it on my channel. Go find it, and then come back to this video. So, real quick, we're gonna get right into the video. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and let's start the reaction. I think we left off. They were talking about forms and stuff, and forms is something. Forms are like patterns. We're gonna back up a little bit. That's what we're gonna do.
Pads for my guy. Also, you know, Pat, I'm a boxing coach. I also teach kickboxing and things of this nature. They are going through sets. I know that these motions that I'm giving them, they could translate into a fight, but I'm not thinking of it like that. I want to develop coordinations that, if it's part of the game, I want.
Let me see if I can update this real quick. Nope.
Them to be comfortable with movements. And I don't care how these movements get coordinated, combined, and sometimes they don't even get coordinated, combined. Sometimes the fight and the situation or the environment dictates what comes out.
So if we were going to look at a weight, so it's almost like a philosophy mixed with a system of movements.
Understanding the difference. Understanding the difference what training is and what fighting is.
Yeah.
So, and I think this is why people give a bad rap to things, because they don't understand.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times people aren't able to explain it right.
Very correctly. Very, very, very correctly. Yet again, I'll say all the time, most martial arts are effective if taught correctly. Because it doesn't matter what art you do, it's effective or not simply on the way your teacher taught it to you. I really do think that. And I mean, for drills and training are there to build your attributes and your techniques. And in turn, that is going to make you a better fighter. But the stuff you do drills on, like pad work, we're not necessarily going to do exactly that in a fight, but it's to train those attributes like the coordination, the timing, the rhythm, the power, so that you will be a better fighter. That's what the training's for, is to give you those skills to be a better fighter in. But a lot of drills you see, you're not going to necessarily fight like that.
Can you say something? So I've trained here, and maybe you can show Elon the difference in how you kind of scale up to problem solving to build these attributes outside of a set.
Problem solving, again, simplicity.
Yeah.
That solved all. Remember, there was a time when you were at my clinic, and I can't remember if it was your training buddy. He goes, "Hey, Steve, we went into this. What do you do when we were here?
Yeah.
How did, like, can I clear it? Can I?" And I was like, "Oh, just name it in the nuts."
Yeah.
The nuts are right there. Why go through all these complex answers? Like, you're trying to respond to a grapple context with a grapple.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you're going to definitely get resistance.
Yeah.
Do you know, I need to short circuit this situation. So again, in my opinion, your adaptability, when shit goes wrong, go to simplicity, go to the vitals, and try to start that way too. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. So is it a good idea, let's say him and I are clinched up, that I just hold the position even from a training perspective and go, okay, there's my groin
Absolutely.
straight, there's my headbutt, there's the eyes,
Beautiful. And now-
there's the grind up. Now here's the
Now
groin
look
straight.
at what's happening.
now
Exactly.
here he's
Perfect.
just going,
Now, can I
Perfect. Perfectly blended. That he used the dirty tactics to then continue to fight. Perfect. Perfect.
say something? I think now all of the complex stuff that you did would all of a sudden be a little more simple.
yes.
Because of how you set it up. That's it. But if you didn't set it up with, put it this way, guaranteed resistance. And if you don't believe me, watch an MMA fight. How do these guys are some of the toughest men on the planet. These guys are punching and kicking and grappling and trying to choke each other, submit each other. How the fuck do these fights, how do
You're
these
allowed to-
fights, how do these fights go 5 rounds?
Yeah.
5 minutes a round. These guys are punching and kicking. That's telling us something. People are tough.
Yeah.
People can endure. People can take and keep on fighting. But like you said earlier, but if that one, all of a sudden it's the 5th round. We're coming in the 2.5 minute mark of the 5th round. These guys are all battered and then one accidental eye poke and the guy's down on the ground. And the referees give this man 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A fight? Are you kidding
Fights
me?
get stopped. I mean, never mind. And by the way, you just said it, accidental. They're not
Yes,
driving in.
exactly.
Their hand is out, and it's just grazing.
John
It's not
Jones might be
intentional.
questionable.
Yeah.
Some guys you gotta wonder, but even that, like when there's a bad eye poke, it results in a torn cornea or
Yes.
retina. And there's
Remember Vitor Belfort when he just grazed Randy Couture's eye in that championship fight.
Yeah.
And then they had to stop the fight because his eye was grazed, and then Vitor won that fight. But yeah.
Or Yuki Nakai, I believe, fought. This is an old time ago in Japan against Gerard, the Savat guy, kickboxer, and he blinded
yes.
him. He blinded him. He never fought again because of the eye gouges that happened in that fight. He was permanently blind in one eye, lost vision in another eye, and was never able to fight again.
Yeah.
So, if there's someone just to like something people can train at home, let's say if they're watching this, do you have a series of like?
Yeah, it just simple basics. One basic would be just accuracy, tool to target identification. Sometimes you hear just triplet drills.
No, I'm not sure.
One, two, you call
like-
it something else. You went
One,
1, 2,
two,
3.
three,
that.
yeah,
We
okay.
do it with all techniques and tools.
Okay.
So meaning I might go 1.
Okay,
You
then I
come in
answer
2,
back.
and then 3.
Boom. Yes.
Well, that basics. First, to be able to understand the target, then pad holding,
Yeah.
so that we can start to add a little bit more power and speed, and we're not killed.
Yes.
Then from that progression of tool and attribute development.
There
see
you
those
go.
helmets
But
up
I was
there?
literally gonna say it. Attributes. I was literally gonna say it. Pad work. It's built attributes. The speed, timing, power, coordination of your shots. Perfect.
Then we start putting the helmets on. Then I got the fist gear. It looks kind of funny. But we wear the big groin diaper.
Oh yeah, that's good for being able to groin strike.
I've
Not die.
You need a cup still underneath that thing because, but yeah, now we start. But to be honest with you, like I mentioned earlier, how much difference is it when you thigh kick in here to go up about 6 to 8 inches?
So the only thing I will say about that is I do a lot of Kyokushin. I love inside leg kicks. It's 90%. If
Yes,
you look at
yes.
how I kick, I'm 90% lead kick because we fight so close.
Yes.
I'll just be right here and I'm tapped. I'll do it with the toe a lot.
Absolutely.
And I
Yeah.
set up a lot of stuff from here, but I kick so much over here that I would never think to come straight up.
Oh, I see.
It's so instinctive for me. If I see your leg, boom, boom.
That's what I mean by the street. Change the mindset.
Yes. So
Change
that
the
would be
mindset.
effective training for
I
me.
bet you. See, for me, I make martial arts makes the individual in touch with 3 aspects of we develop our mind, we start to understand the mental, we go through the physical, and then we go through the emotional. A lot of the times when I would be getting into a fight, regardless if it was street or sport, I would tell myself, calm my mind, and I'm going to do this. I make a mental to physical connection. I'm going to simplify this thing, get the directive, wire the brain, and the body will follow. So a lot of the times, if you just told yourself, I'm going to do this, you'll do it because you have all the attributes already. You have all the attributes
I
already.
have to just change
You
my
just-
mind. Yeah.
So this is what I mean by today's level of practitioners and training and everything else. We love complexity. And to be honest with you, complex, like all of these training methods that we develop and drills that we expose ourselves to are great. They're fun, right? I love developing attributes. I love training myself
Yeah.
as a fighter and a martial artist. This is how it keeps us interested. It's challenging. Complex movements. It's goals to be able to, let me try to see if I can accomplish this. But don't get lost on that journey.
Yeah.
Don't let that trump what fighting is. And when I'm talking about fighting, I'm talking about street, no rules.
Yeah.
Do you understand? There has to be a distinguish. I enjoy training myself like this, but when my life's on the line, I have to think like this.
Well, you know, this is a
Perfectly said.
really
Perfectly
great
said.
introduction, I think, for people to understand just how effective this style can be, because it gets a lot of heat nowadays because of MMA. Everyone just thinks, like I said, you got to train Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, sambo. Those like 5 things, you know, like everything else sucks.
Yes.
You'll never hear someone say you could use Jeet Kune Do for self-defense.
I call it the MMA generation. See, when Bruce Lee was around, he was talking to the karate men, the point fighters, the guys who were doing katas, forms, the kung fu practitioners. So they were doing a lot of this type of stuff and point sparring. But he's saying, no, guys, here's reality. Think of it like this. I think that mentality has come full circle now because we now live in the MMA generation. And the MMA generation is the generation that, see, we are at the age where we got introduced to martial arts prior to MMA setting foot on North American soil.
Yep.
Right?
100%.
So we were able to be influenced from a variety of different martial arts luckily through some of our instructors who were great influences. Black Belt magazines, they were all like all kinds of Panther production videos and all of these videos, they expressed all these different types of stuff. Then MMA hit the scene. And now what is the newer generations who are getting introduced to martial arts seeing with the propaganda of mixed martial arts? Boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, judo, Muay Thai. And these are all great disciplines. We all use them to train ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
But the new generation hasn't understood the reality-based aspect as much as it was back in our generation, because sport is more predominant than reality-based right now. Yeah. So the newer generation, well, they're just conditioned mind.
Conditioned mind,
It's the propaganda of the UFC. They propaganded the sport so well. It's
so
global.
interesting.
I mean, totally, yeah. I mean, so right that so many times my comments, it's like, oh, this wouldn't work in the MMA, this wouldn't work in the UFC, and it's like, but yet again, the UFC is different than real life. I'll be honest. Yet again, the guy's bigger than you, stronger than you. You don't know him. You don't know his training. He could have a gun. He could have a knife. He could have friends. You don't know what attack he's going to do. Totally different than in the ring. Still, there's so many variables that you have to deal with. Plus the guy being bigger and stronger than you. There are no rules. The guy wants to win by any means necessary. So you, by default, have to have the same mindset at least that this guy's probably going to try to hurt me any way he can. I need to defend myself. I need to defend my family because that's how it is. He's going to want to win. If he's bigger and stronger than you, you can't say, oh, it's not fair. If he has a knife and you don't, you can't say, oh, that's not fair. If he has a gun, you can't say that's not fair. So it's totally, yet again, totally different. If he sneak attacks you, jumps you, you can't say it's not fair. You're already knocked out. It's totally different from UFC. If you just look at real fights in general, 90% of them start the guys in his face yelling, arguing, grabbing him, talking to him. Close. It's not no, hey, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's rock and roll. And they have 10 feet of distance. They're right there. He's right in front of you. And you gotta do something. So I've said all the time, so many guys say, oh, this wouldn't work in MMA. That's not the point.
I put a video up about Sistema. Just some of the things I like about it. Now, I'm not saying I believe it's an effective self-defense. I'm saying there are attributes you can develop in Sistema for relaxation, for power generation, for being able to absorb certain impact that are very beneficial. Man, the amount of anger people, just from saying I think there are some positive things in this, you know, people got so angry.
Really?
And I'm like, I've never heard someone like something in a martial art. If someone told me I like Wing Chun or I like regardless of how I feel about the system, I would never be angry at the fact that they like it or think that.
Oh man, y'all are brutal, man. The comments, y'all are brutal. I mean, I totally, yeah, he's right. I mean, like everything has to work. Like any video you post, it has to work in the UFC. It has to work in MMA. It has to work in boxing. And then if you do a video on boxing MMA, then it's, oh, the technique wasn't good enough. Oh, it wasn't this. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like I think everyone should just be able to do their own thing. If you like karate, train karate. If you like MMA, train MMA, and just do what you like. And if you are trying to do more something reality based, then look into something that is reality based. I mean, the people nowadays it has to work in MMA, and it's not good enough. It's pretty sad. I mean, but yet again, the haters that comment usually aren't that good. I mean, that's just yeah. You're not going to find Conor McGregor or John Jones leaving a negative comment on your stuff. It just doesn't happen.
Okay, they can't use it. I met a Goju guy, and I believe this guy did two things for his whole life. He punched wood with just this knuckle and concrete, and he hit with this toe for his entire life. And I have a friend who's 6'4", tatted up, tough guy. And I was telling him, and this is like a little Japanese dude, old, and my friend's always talking to me about martial arts and combat sports. He did Muay Thai for a long time, and I was like, "What do you think of this guy?" And he's like, "I don't care what anyone says." After seeing that guy, he's like, "He's been doing one thing for 60 years. I don't want him to be able. If he does that thing on me, no matter how good I am,
Absolutely.
it's gonna be a problem."
That's his thing.
That's his thing. So it's like everyone has their thing, and it's like,
Exactly.
there obviously are philosophies that work better, like disruption, like what you're talking about, going through, like really. Because when you do these movements, they're very explosive, very jarring. My brain doesn't catch up until there's a moment where I'm like, okay, like, and if you didn't stop, I wouldn't even have that moment. So, it's good for people to feel it and experience it. At least that kind of ballistic. I always tell people, disrupt.
Yes.
You know, like I was, you probably know this too. One of the biggest criticisms in JKD is the patty cake trap.
Yes.
Even Filipino guys get that. Wing Chun get it with all the chisao, with all this patty cake stuff. But when you train under a realistic lens, like this is one of my base gyms now. I train here now every weekend, and you get to feel functional ballistic trapping. I don't know if you want to take a sample of this, but take a look.
I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
What's so ballistic other than just...
I'm gonna guess this, but first of all, totally right. The trapping is very good. Yet again, a lot of it is a training tool to get your sensitivity up, to learn the techniques, to learn, Pak style, Lop style, Gua Choi, to learn the techniques. Because in real life, you're not going to look like Ant Man 4, where you're, it's not going to look like that. It's the trapping, all it's really about is it's offense, attacking the person. You're attacking center, you're attacking them. And while you're attacking center, if the person blocks, you clear the line to hit immediately. That's what the trapping is. It's offensive. You're hitting the person. You're attacking. That's what the people don't understand. People think it's like defensive, like I'm waiting for you, and I come here, and I block, and I hit your box out. No. I am hitting the guy in the face. And if they so happen to block it, that's when I come offline, do something. I'm hitting and attacking. And once they try to occupy center, I take center line back. I go around him. I disrupt him. That's what the trapping is about. And in real life, you don't really need a lot of traps. It's only one or two traps, and you beat them up, and that's it. You don't really... In real life, there's not a lot to watch of the trapping. You're not going to see a whole 10 combo sequence like the movies. It's literally a bam, he's on the ground. A quick lops out. Like it's not a whole big, long, drawn-out, fancy movement because, the quicker the better.
Applying some attribute to it and some intent.
Yes, and then exploding in with it.
Yeah, just have intent and
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to guess it, but yeah, when you have actual speed and power, because yet again, you learn the trapping movements, they're great. Then when you add a little bit of simplicity, a little bit of directness, coupled with power and speed, it blows them away. Yet again, when I'm going in to hit, I'm really hitting my whole body. I'm trying to hit the guy. And that forces him, if he blocks it, he's going back. He's like, oh. And this gives me that second chance to do a lops down hit him in the face. I'm attacking, I'm going forward, at forward pressure. I'm actually hitting him with speed and power. It works.
Like,
You know who, bud? So
So you want me to do like basic Huban?
see, or
Yeah, it's already there.
yes, yeah, go
Ooh,
ahead. And
yeah,
so
clear.
see, and now here's
Man.
Okay, so you're saying when we're here, I'm already going right to the eyes.
Beautiful.
Right? There's the
Or,
knee.
yes.
There's the headbutt.
And here's one thing
Yeah,
that
it's
I've
clean.
noticed in a lot of our Kali practitioners, Wing Chun practitioners, and everything. They kind of,
Can I turn on these lights?
yeah, go ahead. Sorry. They forgot that the center line travels from head to toe. And so when we're all up here, like a lot of, right away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's already
Yeah.
there. It's always there.
And then you
This is already
see
there. Yeah.
Nice.
And the throat. I could come in here to your throat. There's the throat. And there's
there it is.
that.
That excellent. Good. You have good flow. You have very good flow. But what I'm but do you see how now? Do that now against 6'2".
That
You're
changes.
probably gonna want.
Yeah, way harder right off. Well, I'm just gonna want right away. Boom. That's
Yeah,
the first thing.
thank
Then I'm gonna want this.
So simplicity was the answer.
Yeah.
So when we are when
And yet
the
again,
human-
simplicity. And the whole time, he was attacking. He was attacking. He was attacking. Even when they're doing a hoobah and he adds a finger jab, he's attacking. He's not trying to block, and he's attacking down center. He's attacking with a straight shot. And yet again.
animal recognized desperation, meaning fuck, this is I fucking feel threatened. And trust me, I've been in that situation a few times on the street where you actually feel like, fuck, am I gonna survive this situation right now? You gotta just take control of it as quickly as possible and get the hell out of there. Again, you can sometimes it's a mass attack. There's more. I've been involved in gang fights and group fights and things of this nature where I can't. If I'm stuck with you here, this guy's coming around and stabbing me from behind.
I always talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and the way gang activity worked is that they do surround individuals, so you can't have, and they're coming at you. So lining them up strategy, sometimes it's best to just don't be there.
Every person I know who's been stabbed told me the same thing. They didn't know they were stabbed.
Yeah.
They thought they were punched.
Exactly. And one scenario where there was a group on group, a buddy of mine, and this was a tough guy. He was not a martial arts tough guy. He was a street tough guy. And it was a group on group, and stupid things, right? This is nothing that I'm proud of. These are all stupid, young, adolescent things that sometimes people go through in phases. But this individual was tough, and he was handling quite a few guys, and we were all dealing with a group on group. Once the smoke cleared, once the battle was done, and people separated, it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, you okay? A couple of our guys are hurt, and our buddy, he was a big, strong boy. He'd be like, hey, bro, you're bleeding. Is that blood? He's like, what the right? And he's looking at it, he's like, holy smoke. And then he went into shock, fainted, and passed out right there and then. He didn't even know. And he survived. He was okay. But he went into he didn't see adrenal state.
Yeah.
The dust settles. Reality hits in. New mental state, right? Now you're in a mental state where you can digest what the hell happened.
Yeah, and that's where panic comes.
Yes. And
Yeah,
he went into
yeah.
he fainted.
Yeah.
He
Scary
was-
stuff.
It was scary, and it was scary for us too. This is our buddy. Who really wins in those situations?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
That's why it was stupid stuff. Yeah, it's very stupid stuff. So yeah.
I just like this approach to do.
I will say this real quick. I like how, I think Mr. Steve, I think his name, I like how he's teaching and he actually has real world experience. Too many black belts have no experience. They don't have any real experience. How can you teach something that works in self-defense, that works in real life, if you have zero experience on it working in real life? I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. I mean, so I like the best guys, Elon, Steven Milos, Steve, a lot of these great guys that are like real legit martial artists have real life experience. Because I mean, how can you say it works if you don't even know? I mean, that's one thing. This little thing here and there, because a lot of karate guys, taekwondo guys don't have any real experience with like real violence. And it's not a flex, it's not a good thing, but if I'm going to tell you this works in real life, I have to know what actually works. Either I've done it or I've seen it with my own eyes been done. I can't just guess and just say it works. Like, no, I have to know if it works or not. So, yet again, I like he actually has real world experience.
Doing
Which don't
like-
I'll say don't let this man fool you right here. Elon's very tough. Elon's a very tough man. I mean, I've trained a little bit, very briefly, very pleasure, awesome dude. He's tough. He's tough. Been in real fights. I mean, he's tough. So don't let him fool you. He has some real experience. And yet again, no surprise, he's a great martial artist. So I mean, yet again, I mean, to be good, you have to have some sort of experience to even know what you're talking about.
Hubad, I really love the idea of there's already this. He's already hitting me in the eyes.
Yes,
and it's already
exactly.
grounding here.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we once did a
And then yet again, it's so important. The reason why we're adding this into the drills is great. I do the same thing. It's because when you do it in real life, it just comes out that you're in the clinch, you go for the eye gouge or whatever, the rake, because you're right there. You're so used to doing it in the drills that it just comes out. You see the kick to the groin or the kick to the knee. That's why you're doing it in these drills. So it's muscle memory. So when you have to actually do it, you don't have to think about it.
video where a lot of the times we did a variation of Hubad where JKD guys, in addition to doing traditional Hubad, I think you're used to more like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these were our destructions. These were our knife cuts.
Yes.
We also go
Straight to the eyes. Yeah, I will do it here
that's
too, but this
clean.
is just a different.
right, but
Yeah,
Clean,
of course.
clean,
Yeah,
clean.
it's right
So
there.
what the difference is
Center
that
line.
Hubad tends to not occupy center line.
Yeah.
So what we do is we just add that occupation of center line in addition to the
So
Hubad.
this is right away in my
So
eyes.
this
Yes.
is just much more tighter. Keep going.
Yes.
Do you
So
see how-
you're still doing it here.
And see, great point of Steve. When he is attacking center line, it puts Elon on the defensive. That's why attacking is so important. That whenever you're taking that initial attack, intercepting, doing something first, it's important to have that fast initial attack to put them on the defense, to put them and make them reactive. That's where to make them reactive, because then it's gonna just shut up your next shot. You can keep hitting them. I mean, yet again, it's beautiful stuff, but that's the trapping. The trapping is offensive. It's not blocking. I'm hitting center. I'm hitting center. I'm hitting center. That is the trapping.
But you're just.
No. Do you
That's
see
clean.
How
Yes.
I
I
mean,
understand
do
now.
you see how?
And yet again, he's deflecting at the same time. He might go for, a box down hit at the same time. Or deflecting with his arm so he's, cleared the line and hitting at the same time. He's hitting, though. He's hitting and deflecting at the same time. That's important.
I'm just now my bong sao where
Yeah.
before it was here, or it's not
Yeah.
bong sao. I forget what they call it in Kali. But do you see this is angle 1-for-1?
Yes.
So now I reach.
Ah.
Now I can go into whatever.
Yes.
Clean.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
So
I like that
the
approach.
occupying of center line. So in JKD, again, a good thing of cross training, getting exposed to a lot of different fields and energies. What we'll do is we'll make connections. And if we can add a little flavor from this to make this a little bit more, I'm not going to say better, but it might complement it.
Yeah. Or a little bit more jarring for the person you're doing it on.
Just center line theory. If there's one, Wing Chun gets a bad rap. But what I think
Yeah,
that,
I mean, Wing Chun, center line theory is the most important principle and concept of Wing Chun. If you understand it, it's very, very good. I had a video on my old channel about it, but it's gone now. I might re-upload it because it's a really good video on center line theory. Occupying center, attacking center, occupying center. That is what Wing Chun is about. If your Wing Chun is not about occupying center, taking center, taking the other guy's center, it's not Wing Chun. That's what Wing Chun's about. That's literally so like he's perfectly doing it right. He's saying it right. That's real Wing Chun. That's what I learned briefly training under Stephen Francis Fong. It's center line. It's attacking center. It's occupying center. And controlling center by default as well.
that JKD did and Bruce Lee did is he took the combative elements of Wing Chun and held on to that. And one of the things that we did hold on to in Wing Chun is occupying center line.
There you
Understanding center line theory.
There you go.
Right?
It's interesting. There's a guy, Brent Frank, that I know. He's a knife maker and knife fighter. Very good knife fighter. Trained military guys all over the world, special ops, everything. Also trained with Guru Dan, Wing Chun guy. But his knife fighting is so heavily. I thought it was Filipino influence. It's Wing Chun influence, and he has.
Wing Chun has the knives, the butterfly knives. So yeah, Wing Chun is also weapons art as well, and it has the knives. So I mean, yes, I could definitely see
such
that.
a unique, tight way of doing knife fighting.
Because it's center line. It's center line so effective. Center line so effective. Center line hitting straight to the target, simple, direct. It's going to be very effective.
But I'm like, I never saw Wing Chun as a knife fighting style until I trained with him, and I'm like, these are really interesting concepts for knife fighting. you're kind of demonstrating it also, just in a different.
See, Santo influence. Santo, that JKD thought process and the freedom thought process, they influenced a lot of different areas.
Yeah.
I wish people would give more credit where credit is due. Do you know what I mean? They start to acknowledge, hey, I got this way of thinking from this, I got this way of thinking from that, and then just kind of give credit where that, and not only give credit, continue to talk about it, because I think this reality-based type of approach is not necessarily a dying thing. It just needs to be talked about more.
Well, that's a really good point. I try to do that on my channel as much as I can, but then you get hate and resistance.
Yeah.
The moment you start
Very
to say,
true.
Like this for this attribute, it's helped me here. You go, no. What are you doing? Stick to your karate. What is this? Why do you have to? And I'm like, I just philosophically, I just can't argue with these guys.
Here's I guess that's it. With your guys' channels, I don't want to deal with any of that.
Well, I just put out what I like, but what I will say, the appeal of jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, for example, I understand because I was like a rough guy growing up, rough kid, and so I liked being able to. My friends were rough. I liked being able to tap out my friends without causing severe damage, and so it was a way to be a tough guy and train all the time without experiencing. But then I always tell people, I'm like, jiu-jitsu makes you a superhero at being a tough guy with your friends. Does it make you a superhero at being tough on the street when someone's really trying to kill you?
It's actually pretty good.
It can. If you train it properly.
Of course.
So, if all day I'm looking
yet again, jiu-jitsu, he said it perfectly right. If you have basic jiu-jitsu, like, and you're like blue belt, maybe like that's pretty good, you're pretty good. And in real life, if you have mount, you go for an eye gouge, you're gonna win. Like that's just, it works. If that you learn the submissions, you learn the dominant positions, and then in real life, when you have a dominant position, go to an actual, either striking him or a gouge, it works. That works. So and that makes it way more effective and ends the fight way more faster because you already have full mount. The guy's not going anywhere. He didn't know how to get out of it, and then you just do the gouge and you won. He's not gonna want to keep fighting.
Rips, and I'm looking at like this,
or just keep hitting him. That works too. Or elbows. Elbows works really too from mount. Like you can take the the base jiu-jitsu, get the correct control, get dominant positions first, then just strike him, elbow, knee, gouge, bite, whatever.
And I'm spending 5 minutes grabbing my grip.
But yet again, you have to have the position. If you don't have good positioning, it doesn't matter. It's not going to work. So that's what jiu-jitsu does really well. You have to have correct dominant position, full guard, mount, side control, back, and then attack the person whenever you want, and then you got them.
Ribs, and I'm putting my head, even when I'm going for a takedown, if I'm doing flying arm bars or if I'm doing things that sacrifice my own balance to take you down, that is not reality-based anymore. And I always show people, I've showed it on the channel, like how if I am going to treat jiu-jitsu like for takedowns, I'll always fight for the overhook and be already damaging here, controlling the arm, driving with my hook, and I'm always putting extreme pressure so that there's always some kind of pain for the person.
Absolutely.
And here, even if you had a knife, you can't get to it at least. Correct. Right? Like if I feel you start really fighting, I'm going to double up on this grip and start driving.
Go for a sweeper trip too.
And you're talking about disruption. They're all available here for a split second. And this is me being nice on the overhook. No, this breaks the arm if you do it really hard and fast, or the shoulder. And even, you were talking about Ron Balik, but even like the Ron Baliki, like if you posture up, like a lot of people don't realize like this is very hard, but if I start whipping, right, it comes easier.
But yet again too, realistically, if you ever have double ties in a fight or a clinch, you can go straight for a gouge. Straight for a rake, eye gouge right there. His hands are in center, holding his neck, bam, eye gouge. Very quick and easy. Very effective, very works. Or you can frame off the face, with his forearm like that. But if you ever in a fight and you get in a clinch, if your hands are in the center, you can go easy for a 2, eye gouge, both hands, and it works. Both thumbs.
Right, I'm doing that nicely, but like if you start going boom, 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 it really
or a headbutt.
starts whipping.
That's obviously good too. Yeah, headbutts are really good too. From that clinch, headbutt, eye gouge, frame.
You know what help a lot better?
No,
Just when I resist.
yeah, yeah,
Simple.
But again, you can't do that.
Yeah, I like the eye gouge from that because it's just your hands are already there. It's just bam. bam. It's really fast, and yet again, when you do it, I
Friends.
mean, it's
No,
gonna
yeah.
work.
Or you
Just
my
go
friends, we would sometimes just start punching each other in the
50%,
head.
not 100.
Give them a little tap.
Little tap. But yeah, see, again, as soon as I feel resistance, it's just, that means I didn't start off good.
Yeah, so yeah,
I didn't start good.
and I have to find that balance for my own sparring where, like you had said,
I'm telling you, just think of it. And then train it.
Yeah.
If you not only think of it, just like what we said, make a mental to physical connection, train it with your guys.
yeah,
Interact with it, play with it. We do something in JKD called terror fighting. It's basically MMA with no rules. We are allowed to hair pull. We can bend. We used to actually allow the bites, but then it got monotonous. It's like, fuck, this is crazy. So we would start to simulate it. So we would simulate. I'd grab a hold and I'd say, I'm fighting you right now.
That's how he knows how to bite. Paul Bunak, great Kino Muay Thai, knows how to bite. He's doing it exactly. Quick, like brief summary how to bite. Just like jiu-jitsu, you only want to bite uninterruptedly. Like Paul Bunak said, you want to be able to bite the person when they can't move, they can't run away. So with that, one, I have to have a dominant position, back mount, full mount, guard, side control. I'd have a good position. Then two, I need to isolate something to bite. I need to control it. So like he's actually doing, let's say if I have back mount, behind the person, whatever, back control, whatever, I'm behind the guy, have my hooks in, I could go for like a rear naked choke, but instead of actually the choke, I can go for a bite to the ear. Because now if I bite in the ear, they can't get away. They can't physically move out the way. A lot of guys just go and just bite the guy. It doesn't work. You have to control whatever you're going to bite and then bite. Another way, like let's say if I was on bottom, like bottom of side control, that's another thing you could do. I could body hook the person, like let's say I'm on bottom, side control, they're on top of me. I could hook and then bite right there because yet again, it's going to suck. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt them. But that buys me a second to then push and control and shrimp and get out the way and then keep fighting. You only want to bite, yet again, when you can bite uninterruptedly. When you have a spot where you grab, you lock, till they can't move it, and then you bite. And then it works.
Ripping your ear out, you know what I mean? We would start to use that type of approach. Eye gouging would be simulated based on just anytime I'm pressing here, raking.
Yeah.
In addition to full contact MMA. So it was basically MMA with the vitals and all of this, and we called this terror fighting.
Yeah, and I do a lot of scenario training, and that's a similar, very similar way I do it because it's everything. You add MMA plus the dirty fighting, eyes, throat, groin, hair, biting. That's real life. It's all of it. It's everything. Fighting is all of it. Fighting is hands, feet, kick, knee, elbow, bite, gouge, weapons, knife, gun. It's all of it. And so in real life self-defense, you want to be familiar with a little bit of everything so that when you get in a situation, you have, of course, to have your go-to stuff you can do. But then, if you are in the clinch, you got to know how to find the clinch. If you are on the ground, you trip, he sweeps you, he takes you down. You got to know how to fight on the ground some kind of way. You don't know necessarily where you're going to end up in. So you at least need to know a little bit of all of it at one point. But first thing first, I always say have like a go-to few things you can do, finger jab, straight hard punch, first, then worry about the stuff a little bit later. But I like this stuff. That's why I do a lot of scenario training where we can go all out with gear and stuff, but I can go eyes, groin, knee, all this other stuff to really simulate real life and to get those correct habits in.
It would start from stand-up.
And that's where I got the eye gouge from the Thai clinch from. It says we are fighting and we get in clinch mode. I go for the neck and then bam, it's right here. I peel off. It works. It's super easy.
Sometimes we would.
And then that takes out all like the Thai elbow and knees. And when you have two fingers in your eye, you're not gonna go for the knees and sweep. You're gonna move your head and go immediately. And then now I can go in my elbows, my headbutts, and do whatever I want to do.
Drill it based on, okay, let's just start on the ground. I'm in your guard. Let's work now. Sometimes we do that terror fighting and then we put in other environmental factors. Now his buddy is coming around. He's ready to come and soccer kick you in the head. Now the knife was concealed. Okay, all of a sudden the knife got pulled.
That's very good training. I went to one school where
That's realistic.
in my entire life of getting eye gouge. Yeah, do you want? No, but I went to one school in my entire life where they allowed fish hooking, rubbing the eyes, and finger. And
Ooh,
I
finger
lasted
locks.
there.
Finger locks are tough too. That's a good one. Yet again, real life. If it's a bigger guy, let's say he grabs your shirt or something, finger locks hurt. I mean, you're gonna break the guy's finger, and so they can't make a fist. So I mean, that's yet again, it's one of the many things. Yeah,
For a month.
especially like real life, if they are going for some sort of like standing grab, lock, try to take you down or something, or they're behind you, let's say they grab me. You know, first I am gonna brace, squat down, break the grip, then I can go for that thumb and break the thumb. While I'm turning to then fight, you know, I'm ready to sprawl, I'm ready to take down, defend, but that's just a quick motion after I break this grip to go for a finger real quick to keep fighting him. I mean, so yet again, yeah.
And just my mouth had cuts in it, and like my eyes were always, even though they said they wouldn't eye gouge, like things got rough, and my fingers, most importantly, were always busted. I'm like, who's doing this? Who's training this way? But it really woke me up. I was a purple belt at the time. I was fighting guys who were just tough dudes who didn't even train jiu-jitsu, just trained there, and they had some fundamentals, but there were days where I'm like, I am getting whooped because I'm just not used to someone doing this to me.
Yeah.
The second they do that, my whole game plan goes out.
Yeah, your head goes.
What
Yeah.
I feel really strong between you two guys is you guys have the same common thinking for practicality. So like, you just when we were at Rise, you did the video on practical jiu-jitsu and what's the difference between sport and reality, right?
Yeah.
And things that you need to kind of shelf for practice and keep priority for street self-defense. And you talk about that all the time over here. So I'm just wondering if you guys can just kind of
Yeah,
trade
I
some
mean,
of
it's
those
too,
ideas.
for jiu-jitsu, it's the positioning that really matters. If getting the guard, mount, getting that first, and then you can really do whatever you want after that, of getting good position. Because obviously in grappling, if you don't have good position, you're in a tough spot, you know, especially when there's punches and stuff. You want to have guard, you want to have mount, really you want to have mount, but you know, you don't want to be on the bottom of someone's mount, you don't want to be in somebody's guard, you know. So that's jiu-jitsu is very good at. You want to have side control, you know, get a crucifix, knee and elbow, like that's what it's really good at. So if you just know basic jiu-jitsu and you get in a fight and you get on the ground and you just get any dominant position, you're probably going to win. I mean, you just keep hitting him after that point. Hit him, gouge, whatever.
Well, like I said, my idea is I actually think your approach is more direct. I still come at it even though from a, you know, like what I was talking about here, or if I have an underhook, right? I do think I'll go here a lot. I do tell people to go to the eyes a lot here and always be.
Rake and
but
frame.
I'm not as direct as you are. I don't think about it in the same way as you, which is a fault on my end. I need to start. Because I need to start looking for it everywhere because I'll get too comfortable. I realize that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Now, I will never stay here with someone. This is a position of like me really ripping and then coming.
Absolutely.
But yes, if I don't start looking for those, I don't think about hitting people in the groin. And I don't think.
I want to see how he handles it.
How he handles the overhook position? Yeah, he's hitting me in the groin.
Right there.
See, that could be one touch. And then I just start coming in.
Yeah.
I just start where you're gonna get a good effect. At least like you can punch a guy. Line up 100. I love Vu's analogy with this. This is a Paul Vunak analogy now. He would say, line up 100 of the toughest guys.
One of the goats, Paul Vunak.
I don't care who they are, champions of this sport, whatever. Line them all up. You punch this guy in the face, he takes it. You punch this guy in the face, he takes it. You punch this guy in the... he dropped. He takes it. You go up to the same 100. Round kick up. He takes it. He takes it. He buckled. He takes it. But then you go to the same 100 and you go, he falled over. He falled over. One eye poke. He went like this.
So that's the big difference between us. I still have a bit of an influence of, I have said before, and I've even told my students, every time I'm inside leg kicking you, I'm kicking you in the groin.
Yes.
But I'm still always, my trajectory and the way I spar, and for me personally in my head, as much as I say that, I'm still thinking about inside leg kicking.
Yeah, but we spar that, we train that way too. It is part of our routine training regimen.
I mean, Elon, he makes a good point. Elon he's just saying, he's trained it so much, he's just not thinking about the eyes, throat, groin all the time, 24/7. Yeah, he can still do it, and he still knows it, but he's just not thinking about that all the time, because he is used to actually fighting and sparring, and you know, Kyokushin and all those great arts. So like, he's just not always thinking of finger jab, eyes, groin. He's not just thinking about that, which is fine. I mean, it's like, obviously, like he's saying, if he wants to like more reality-based stuff, then of course he would need to think of that more. But I mean, his stuff already works anyway. I mean, but it's just, like, I do think about it a lot. Eyes, throat, groin first because it's very effective, or how to hit the guy first, how to intercept first, because it gives you such a huge advantage. Yeah. So I mean,
We
I
distinguish
see what
one
you're
from
saying.
the other.
Yeah.
Can I just
That's all
add
it is.
something though? You guys probably know more than me because you're more versed in the grappling world. But the little that I know, wouldn't you say that a lot of these BJJ guys think they're invincible?
Well, for sure,
You can
there's
try
an ego.
Try putting a finger in my eye. Try.
So what I
Okay, I'll say, and I'll try to guess what he's gonna say. Yet again, if you don't have position on the ground, your stuff's not gonna work. You can't just punch him. You can't just eye gouge him. If I'm on the bottom of mount and I try to eye gouge the guy, it's not gonna work. He's gonna peel off. He's gonna keep punching me. Now, if I have mount, and I'm on top of him, then now I can do something. But if I'm in a jiu-jitsu guy's guard and I try to go for an eye gouge, armbar, I'm getting armbarred. It doesn't work. You have to have correct positioning. No.
will say, look, if
doesn't
I'm
work.
here and he's in my guard and
Doesn't
he's
work.
if he doesn't know how to fight and his hand starts coming to my eye, if he wasn't
What did I?
trained, the reality is there is a
Yeah, you
super
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? I know my stuff. I know my stuff. What did I say? I've done it. I've tried it. I know what I'm talking about. What did I say?
fast armbar.
The armbar. Yes. If I'm in his guard and I put my hands forward, I'm giving him the armbar. Now, if I have mount and I'm on top of him, now I can go for that, maneuver. Or if I have back mount and I go for a choke and let's say his chin is tucked, now I can go for the bite. But yet again, you have to have position. For grappling, positioning is king. Even if, like, let's say you try to take me down. We're grappling against the wall maybe, and you try to take me down. Once I'm framing against his head or whatnot, then I can go for like the finger jab or the rake to the eye to continue my takedown defense. But if I just ignore that completely and I just try to go for the eyes, but I'm just standing erect, straight up, he can just take me down anyway. So positioning. No, I muted it.
Has to know
But
what
yeah, I guess that you already
he's
know.
doing. So I don't believe that it's an all-around answer to just say, and you're not saying that, to just say I can eye gouge you. I can.
Yeah, you
because
need positioning. You need to actually still on a fight. And if you do know how to fight, plus the dirty tactics, now it's JKD. That's real effective stuff. You really have something going.
you have to be able to do the other stuff to be able to also
Yeah.
use the eye gouge and the.
Well done.
Exactly.
See, that's what.
Exactly. Totally. Yes. Because, yes, the eye gouge, if you don't know anything and you just do the eyes, throat, groin, it could work. It might work. But I don't want a might. I want a guarantee. I need the stuff to work. So you need to know how to do both. And that's what Mr. Steve was saying, that you know how to actually fight. Then you add the dirty tactics in and you train it well. It works very well. You use the dirty tactics first, finger jab first, groin kick first, kick to the knee first. Then you fight, and it helps you a lot.
What it is. That's exactly what it is. See, the idea is just adapt your jujitsu.
Yeah.
Adapt your grappling.
Because, yeah, I mean, Elon, he's right. Elon's right. If you're fighting a jiu-jitsu guy and you're on the ground and he has mount, he has guard, you're not going to win. I'm just telling you right now, my friend. You're not going to win. He has back mount, you're cooked. No matter how much you bite or eye gouge, if he has good positioning, you lost. So, yet again, I mean, that's why they're right in a sense, because if they get a good position, there's nothing you can really do. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, unless you get lucky, no. So you gotta have enough to have good positioning, and then use dirty tactics,
To the situation.
or end it standing up. Take on defense, stuff like that too.
Yeah.
If I'm grappling for sport, you train for that. If I'm grappling with my buddies and we're just rolling for fun, I'll train for that. If I want to grapple and take into account the probabilities that might happen on the streets or the threats, I'll train for that. You have to distinguish. And so like, I am not one to bash any fighting system, because if there's one big thing that JKD developed with me is an appreciation for knowledge, regardless of where knowledge comes from. Every martial art has something to offer.
Agreed. Most martial arts really do work, and they're effective, and they have something to teach. Totally agree. So we're running a long time today. It's super late right now, but we're gonna do a part 3 to finish this great video out. Big shout out to Elon from Inside Fighting. Go check out the original video. You know, the most important video on self-defense you will ever watch. Come on now. JKD done right. I mean, really good video, awesome stuff. And if you like this reaction, please subscribe to this channel. We're trying to get back up, and I'm gonna do a part 3, and it's gonna be good. I think my next video I'm gonna react to, which one was it? One of my, here we go, me doing some pressure testing. So I'm gonna do that right now, actually. So after this video, go look for it. It's gonna be really good. Here I do some scenario training, and I'll talk about like what I'm looking for, and like this is the realistic version of how you would actually deal with threats. You're gonna see similar stuff. I go for the eyes, then I punch. I use the dirty tactics first, and then I attack. I still use clinch work and takedown defense. It's all the same stuff. You still have to know how to fight. But when you use the dirty tactics and you know how to fight, your chances of winning significantly increase. So that's it for today's video. And lastly, if you want to learn JKD, mixed martial arts, I have a $10 JKD course, $10 a month. You get a few courses. I mean, you get a few really good courses with hundreds of videos, hundreds of hours of great stuff learning JKD and mixed martial arts. So if you're interested in that, click that in the link in this video's description, or you can go to my page and like click up here to links, and you can find it somewhere up here, right here. But that's it for this video, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace, and subscribe. Keep training.